Liam's heart stopped the moment Ryder smiled and said, "Maybe it's an invitation." It was supposed to be a playful conversation between roommates. Instead, it became the beginning of a love story neither of them saw coming. But before they could admit the truth, jealousy, misunderstandings, and one shocking secret would push them to the breaking point. And what happened on that rainy night changed their lives forever. Liam Carter had lived with Ryder Brooks for almost 2 years. And if there was one thing he had learned during that time, it was that Ryder had a dangerous smile. Not dangerous because it got him into trouble. Dangerous because it made Liam forget how to think. The two of them shared a modern apartment near the California coast. Large windows overlooked the ocean, and every morning sunlight flooded the living room before either of them was fully awake. It had become a routine neither of them talked about but both secretly loved. Ryder usually woke up first. Liam usually pretended he wasn't watching him. That Saturday morning seemed no different. Liam sat on the couch scrolling through his phone while a baseball game played quietly on television. He wasn't really paying attention to either one. His mind was somewhere else. Actually, his mind was on Ryder. As usual, the sound of footsteps echoed from the hallway. Liam looked up. Ryder appeared wearing gray sweatpants and a black t-shirt, his dark hair slightly messy from sleep. For a second Liam forgot how to breathe. It was ridiculous. 2 years. 2 entire years of living together, and Ryder still had that effect on him. "Morning," Ryder said. "Morning." Ryder walked toward the kitchen and grabbed a bottle of water from the refrigerator. The apartment was quiet except for the distant sound of waves crashing against the shore outside. Then Ryder turned toward him. A small smile appeared on his face, the kind of smile that always made Liam nervous. "Hey, baby." Liam nearly dropped his phone. "Baby?" Ryder occasionally used random nicknames when he was joking around, but hearing that one first thing in the morning felt different somehow. Liam raised an eyebrow. "Baby?" Ryder laughed. "What? You look shocked." "I am shocked." "Relax." Liam tried to ignore the way his heart was suddenly racing. He had spent 2 years hiding feelings he never intended to reveal, because losing Ryder would hurt. But losing Ryder's friendship would destroy him. That was why he had never said anything. No matter how many late-night conversations they shared, no matter how many road trips they took together, no matter how many times Ryder made him feel like the most important person in the world. Some lines were too dangerous to cross, or at least Liam thought they were. Ryder took another drink of water, then casually said something that changed everything. "Anyway, I'm gonna go take a shower." Liam nodded. "Okay." Ryder started walking away, then stopped. For some reason he turned around again. Their eyes met. A challenge seemed to flash through Ryder's expression. Before Liam could stop himself, the words left his mouth. "Wait." Ryder smirked. "What?" Liam swallowed. Every logical part of his brain told him not to say it. Unfortunately, logic had never been very useful around Ryder. "Is that information?" He paused. "Or an invitation?" The room suddenly felt very quiet. Too quiet. Liam instantly regretted saying it. His face burned. Why would he say something like that? Why? Ryder stared at him. 1 second passed. Then another. Instead of laughing, Ryder slowly smiled. And that smile made Liam's pulse skyrocket. "Maybe," Ryder said softly. "What?" "Maybe it's an invitation." Liam's heart completely stopped. For a moment neither of them moved. Neither of them spoke. The atmosphere between them felt different, charged, like something invisible had suddenly appeared in the space separating them. Then Ryder laughed, quick laugh, almost nervous. "See? Now you look shocked again." Liam forced himself to laugh too. "You're impossible." "Maybe." Ryder headed toward the hallway. A few seconds later the bathroom door closed. Liam remained frozen on the couch. His phone sat forgotten in his hand. What just happened? Had Ryder been flirting? Was it a joke? Had Liam imagined the entire thing? The more he thought about it, the less sense it made. Ryder had always been friendly, playful, affectionate, but this felt different. Or maybe Liam simply wanted it to feel different. That possibility terrified him. Because hope was dangerous, especially when it involved someone you loved. The bathroom shower started running. Liam rubbed his face. He needed coffee. Immediately, he walked into the kitchen and started making a fresh pot. Unfortunately, coffee did nothing to stop his thoughts. Every few minutes his mind returned to the same conversation. Maybe it's an invitation. The words echoed inside his head. By noon he still couldn't stop thinking about them. Not even close. Later that afternoon Ryder suggested they walk down to the beach. Normally Liam would have agreed instantly. Today he felt strangely nervous. Still, saying no would have been suspicious. So 30 minutes later they were walking along the shoreline beneath a bright blue sky. Families filled the beach. Children played near the water. Seagulls drifted overhead. Everything looked normal. Except Liam felt anything but normal. Ryder seemed distracted too. Several times Liam caught him glancing over. Whenever their eyes met, Ryder quickly looked away. That wasn't normal either. Finally Liam broke the silence. "You're weird today." Ryder laughed. "I'm weird every day." "Fair point." They continued walking. Then Ryder unexpectedly bumped his shoulder against Liam's. A simple gesture. Something friends did all the time. Yet Liam felt every bit of contact. "You know," Ryder said. "What?" "I'm glad you're my roommate." Liam smiled. "That's random." "I mean it." Something sincere appeared in Ryder's voice. "You've been there for me through a lot." Liam looked toward the ocean. If Ryder only knew. He had been there because he cared. Because every good day felt brighter when Ryder was part of it. Because every bad day became easier when Ryder smiled. Because somewhere along the way friendship had become something much deeper. Something he could never admit. "Same goes for you," Liam said quietly. Ryder smiled. For a moment neither of them looked away. Then Ryder's phone buzzed. The spell instantly broke. He checked the message and grinned. Liam felt a strange twist in his chest. Painful one. Who was texting him? A girlfriend? Someone he liked? Someone who made him smile like that? The thought bothered Liam more than it should have. Far more. Ryder quickly slipped the phone back into his pocket. "Everything okay?" Liam asked. "Yeah." "Who was it?" Ryder hesitated. Just long enough for Liam to notice. "No one." "No one?" That wasn't an answer. Before Liam could ask another question, Ryder changed the subject. And somehow that bothered him even more. As the sun slowly began setting over the Pacific Ocean, Liam found himself standing beside the man he loved, while feeling farther away from him than ever. Earlier that morning he had felt hope. For the first time in years. Now uncertainty had replaced it. Maybe Ryder had been joking. Maybe Liam had imagined everything. Maybe he was setting himself up for heartbreak. What he didn't know was that Ryder was carrying secrets of his own. And before the week was over, both of their lives would change forever. The next few days should have felt normal. They didn't. Ever since that conversation on Saturday morning, Liam couldn't look at Ryder the same way. Not because he wanted to, because he couldn't help it. Every smile seemed different. Every glance seemed longer. Every casual touch suddenly carried a meaning he wasn't sure existed. The worst part was not knowing. If Ryder had been joking, Liam needed to forget about it. If Ryder hadn't been joking, that possibility was even more terrifying. Monday morning arrived with bright California sunshine pouring through the apartment windows. Liam walked into the kitchen expecting an ordinary day. Instead, he found Ryder standing at the counter making coffee. And smiling. Again. That smile. "Morning, sleepyhead." Liam rolled his eyes. "I've been awake for 20 minutes. "Sure you have." Ryder handed him a mug. Their fingers brushed. Only for a second. A completely normal accident. Yet Liam immediately looked away. Ryder noticed. Liam knew he noticed. The silence that followed felt strangely uncomfortable. Eventually Ryder cleared his throat. "You okay?" "Yeah." "You seem distracted lately." Liam nearly laughed. Distracted? That was one way to describe it. Being secretly in love with your roommate while questioning every word he said probably counted as distracted. "I'm fine." Ryder didn't look convinced. Fortunately, his phone buzzed. Unfortunately, Liam recognized the smile that appeared on Ryder's face the moment he read the message. The same smile from the beach. The same smile that had been haunting him for days. There it was again. Bright, happy, personal. Something twisted painfully inside Liam's chest. He hated feeling jealous, especially when he had no right to be. Ryder wasn't his boyfriend. Wasn't his partner, wasn't even aware of how Liam felt, yet every time that mysterious person texted him, Liam felt like he was losing a competition he never entered. Good news? Liam asked casually. Ryder quickly locked his phone. Something like that. Again. A vague answer. A secret. And suddenly Liam didn't feel very hungry anymore. That evening they met friends for dinner downtown. Normally Liam loved spending time with their group. Tonight was different. His attention kept drifting toward Ryder. And Ryder seemed unusually distracted as well. Every few minutes he checked his phone. Every few minutes he smiled. At one point their friend Noah leaned across the table. Okay. What's going on? Ryder looked up. What? You've checked your phone 20 times. No, I haven't. You absolutely have. Everyone laughed. Except Liam. Because he wanted the answer too. Noah smirked. Who is it? Ryder shook his head. No one important. The answer sounded rehearsed. Liam noticed. Apparently he wasn't the only one. Noah raised an eyebrow. That sounds suspicious. Ryder laughed. Drop it. The conversation moved on. But Liam's thoughts didn't. No one important. Why not simply say who it was? The mystery continued growing inside his head. And with it, so did his anxiety. By Friday afternoon, Liam found himself standing alone on the apartment balcony overlooking the ocean. The sky was painted with shades of orange and gold as the sun began sinking toward the horizon. Usually sunsets made him happy. Today they made him think. And thinking was dangerous, especially when all his thoughts revolved around Ryder. 2 years he had loved Ryder for 2 years. Not a crush. Not a temporary attraction. Love. Real love. The kind that stayed. The kind that showed up every morning and refused to leave. The kind that made someone feel like home. Liam remembered the exact moment it happened. A year earlier he had gotten sick with the flu. Nothing serious, but serious enough to keep him in bed for several days. Ryder had canceled plans. Gone to the pharmacy. Made soup. Checked on him every few hours. Not because he had to. Because he wanted to. At some point Liam realized nobody had ever cared for him the way Ryder did. That realization changed everything. Unfortunately, it also created a problem. How do you stop loving someone who feels like home? The answer, Liam discovered, was simple. You don't. A sliding door opened behind him. Ryder stepped onto the balcony. For a moment neither of them spoke. The ocean stretched endlessly before them. Waves crashed against the shore below. The sunset painted Ryder's face with golden light. And Liam's heart betrayed him all over again. Beautiful, isn't it? Ryder said quietly. The view. The sunset. Liam smiled. Yeah. They stood side by side. Close enough for their shoulders to touch. Neither moved away. A comfortable silence settled between them. One of those rare silences that existed only between people who truly trusted each other. Then Ryder spoke. Liam. Yeah. Can I ask you something? His voice sounded unusually serious. Liam turned toward him. Sure. Ryder hesitated. For the first time all week he looked nervous. Actually nervous. And Ryder was rarely nervous. Have you ever been afraid to tell someone how you feel? Liam froze. Completely froze. The question hit him like a lightning bolt. What do you mean? Ryder stared toward the ocean. Asking for a friend. Liam almost laughed. Nobody over 25 actually asked for a friend. The question was personal. Very personal. His pulse quickened. Depends. Depends on what? How much they mean to you. Ryder nodded slowly. As if that answer mattered. As if he was thinking about someone specific. Someone important. For one impossible second, Liam allowed himself to hope. Then Ryder's phone buzzed again. The moment disappeared. Ryder checked the screen. And smiled. Again. The same smile. The same mystery. The same invisible person. Hope vanished instantly. Of course, there was always someone else. There had to be. Because real life wasn't a romance movie. People like Ryder didn't secretly fall for roommates who spent 2 years hiding their feelings. People moved on. People found someone else. People left. The thought hurt more than Liam wanted to admit. Ryder slipped the phone into his pocket. "Everything okay?" Liam asked. "Yeah." That was all he said. Yeah. Nothing more. Nothing less. The conversation ended there. Later that night Liam couldn't sleep. The apartment was quiet. The city lights shimmered outside his bedroom window. And his thoughts refused to stop. Eventually he grabbed his jacket and headed outside. The beach was nearly empty. Only a few people remained near the water. As he walked along the shoreline, he noticed a couple sitting together on a blanket. They weren't doing anything dramatic. Just talking, laughing, holding hands, looking completely comfortable with each other. Happy. Liam stopped walking. Something about the sight hit him harder than expected. Because for a moment he imagined himself sitting there. Not with a stranger. With Ryder. Watching the sunset. Talking about nothing. Feeling safe. Feeling chosen. The dream lasted only a few seconds. Then reality returned. And reality reminded him that Ryder probably liked someone else. Someone whose messages made him smile. Someone he refused to talk about. Someone important enough to keep secret. Liam stared at the waves rolling onto the shore. For the first time in years, he considered giving up. Maybe keeping his feelings hidden wasn't protecting their friendship anymore. Maybe it was only hurting him. Maybe loving Ryder from a distance was becoming impossible. What Liam didn't know was that across town, Ryder was sitting in his car looking at his phone, smiling at a message. Not because he was talking to a boyfriend. Not because he was talking to someone he loved. But because he was planning something. Something that involved Liam. Something that could change both of their lives forever. And before either of them realized it, one misunderstanding was about to push them farther apart than ever before. Everything changed the following week. Not because of a confession. Not because of a kiss. Because of a misunderstanding. The worst kind. The kind that grows silently until it becomes impossible to ignore. Liam had spent days trying to convince himself that Ryder's mysterious messages didn't matter. Unfortunately, his heart refused to cooperate. Every notification sound felt like a reminder. Every smile Ryder gave his phone felt personal. Every secret felt like a wall being built between them. And with each passing day, Liam became quieter. Ryder noticed. Of course he noticed. One Tuesday evening they were sitting in the living room watching a movie. Normally they would joke through half of it. Tonight neither said much. The distance between them felt strange. Unnatural. Like something important had gone missing. Halfway through the movie, Ryder paused the screen. Liam looked up. "What happened?" "You tell me." "What?" Ryder leaned back against the couch. "You've barely talked to me all week." Liam forced a shrug. "I'm just tired." "That's not it." "Ryder." "No." Ryder shook his head. "Something's wrong." For a moment Liam considered telling the truth. Not all of it. Just enough. Just enough to explain why his mood had changed. But fear stopped him. The same fear that had kept him silent for 2 years. "I'm fine." Ryder stared at him, clearly unconvinced. Eventually he sighed. "Okay." But the conversation wasn't okay. Both of them knew it. The tension remained long after the movie ended. And somehow it only got worse. 2 days later Liam came home early from work. The apartment was empty. At first he thought Ryder was still at the office. Then he heard a voice coming from Ryder's bedroom. Liam froze. Ryder was talking on the phone. He wasn't trying to listen. Really. But then he heard laughter. Warm laughter. Happy laughter. The kind of laughter people shared with someone they cared about. Something inside Liam sank. Without meaning to, he moved closer. Only a little. "I can't wait much longer," Ryder said. A pause. Then another laugh. "No, trust me. He's going to love it." Liam's stomach tightened. He's going to love it. Who was he talking about? A boyfriend? Someone he was planning a surprise for? Someone special? The thought hit harder than Liam expected. Before he could hear anything else, Ryder's bedroom door opened. Liam quickly stepped away. A second later, Ryder walked into the hallway. His expression brightened when he saw him. "Hey! Hey!" The guilt hit Liam immediately. He hated the fact that he'd been listening, even accidentally. But he couldn't stop thinking about what he'd heard. Ryder slipped his phone into his pocket. That familiar motion. That familiar secret. Again. And suddenly Liam was tired of pretending it didn't bother him. That night he barely slept. The next morning wasn't any better. Neither was Friday. By the weekend, the frustration had become impossible to ignore. Saturday evening brought dark clouds over the city. The weather forecast predicted rain. Inside the apartment, the atmosphere felt just as stormy. Liam stood near the kitchen counter staring out the window. Ryder walked in carrying groceries. "You okay?" The question sounded innocent. Unfortunately, it landed at exactly the wrong moment. Liam laughed bitterly. "Why do you keep asking that?" Ryder frowned. "Because you obviously aren't." Silence. The tension between them snapped. "What if I'm tired of secrets?" Liam asked. Ryder blinked. "What secrets?" "Seriously." "Liam, what are you talking about?" The frustration Liam had buried for weeks finally surfaced. All at once. "You keep hiding things." Ryder stared at him. "Hiding what?" "Whoever keeps texting you." The words escaped before Liam could stop them. Immediately, silence filled the room. A heavy silence. The kind that changes everything. Ryder looked genuinely shocked. "That's what this is about?" Liam crossed his arms. "Maybe." "Oh my God." "What?" Ryder started laughing. Actually laughing. And somehow that made Liam even angrier. "You think this is funny?" "No." Ryder shook his head. "I just can't believe it." "Believe what?" For a moment Ryder simply stared at him. Then something changed in his expression. Something thoughtful. Something hopeful. A realization. "You were jealous." Liam's heart nearly stopped. "No. You were." "No, I wasn't." "You absolutely were." The corner of Ryder's mouth lifted. A smile. Not mocking. Almost pleased. Liam looked away, because he knew exactly how guilty he looked. Ryder stepped closer. "Liam." "What?" "Why would you be jealous?" The question felt dangerous. Very dangerous. Liam's pulse raced, because there was only one honest answer. And he wasn't ready to say it. Not yet. "I wasn't jealous." Ryder didn't believe him. Not for a second. Neither did Liam. Finally Ryder sighed. "Okay. Enough." He pulled out his phone. "You want to know who's been texting me?" Liam immediately regretted everything. This wasn't his business. It never had been. Yet now there was no way to stop what came next. Ryder unlocked the screen, then turned it toward him. Liam looked down. Confusion immediately replaced jealousy. The contact name wasn't a boyfriend. Wasn't a date. Wasn't anyone Liam expected. It was Ryder's sister, Emily. Liam blinked. Then blinked again. "What?" Ryder laughed. "Exactly." Liam stared at the screen. Dozens of messages filled the conversation. Photos, plans, schedules, ideas. Nothing romantic. Nothing suspicious. Nothing even remotely close to what Liam imagined. His face burned. "You've been texting your sister?" "For weeks." Liam felt like disappearing. Completely disappearing. The floor opening beneath him would have been ideal. So the secret was... Ryder smiled. "A surprise." "What kind of surprise?" "I can't tell you." "Why not?" "Because it's for you." The words hit Liam unexpectedly. "For you." "What?" Ryder looked away for a moment. Almost shy. "I wanted to do something special." Liam couldn't speak. All this time he had convinced himself Ryder cared about someone else. Meanwhile Ryder had been planning something for him. The realization left him speechless. But the biggest shock wasn't over. Because Ryder was still staring at him. Still smiling. Still thinking about something. Then he asked a question that made Liam's entire world stop. "So?" Liam swallowed. So, Ryder stepped closer. Just a little. Close enough that neither of them could ignore the moment. Now that you know there isn't another guy. His voice softened. Does that mean you can finally tell me why you were jealous? Liam's heart slammed against his chest. Every instinct told him to run, to joke, to change the subject. Anything except answer. Because for the first time in 2 years, Ryder wasn't looking at him like a roommate or a friend. He was looking at him like someone waiting for the truth. And suddenly Liam wasn't sure how much longer he could keep hiding it. Liam couldn't answer. Not because he didn't know the truth. Because he knew it too well. The problem was that once the truth was spoken aloud, there would be no taking it back. The apartment suddenly felt too small, too quiet, too dangerous. Ryder was still standing there, waiting, patient, calm, looking directly at him. Liam. His voice was gentle. That somehow made everything harder. Liam looked away first. I should probably go for a walk. Ryder frowned. A walk? Yeah. You're running away. Liam laughed nervously. Maybe. The truth was he needed air. Needed space. Needed a few minutes to stop feeling like his entire world was about to change. Without another word, he grabbed his jacket and headed for the door. Outside, dark clouds covered the California sky. Rain had already started falling. Small drops at first, then heavier ones. Liam didn't care. He kept walking. The cold rain soaked through his clothes within minutes. Normally he would have turned around. Tonight he welcomed it, because it distracted him from the storm inside his head. He loved Ryder. There it was. The truth he'd spent 2 years avoiding. The truth he'd hidden behind jokes, friendship, and silence. And now Ryder was getting closer to discovering it. The terrifying part? A small piece of Liam wanted him to know. Hours passed. The rain continued. By the time Liam returned to the apartment, it was nearly midnight. Lightning flashed across the sky. Thunder shook the windows. The entire city seemed wrapped in darkness. As soon as he stepped inside, he noticed something strange. No lights. The apartment was completely dark. Power outage. Ryder, he called. In here. The voice came from the living room. Liam followed it. Several candles illuminated the room with a soft golden glow. Ryder sat on the couch surrounded by flickering light. For a moment Liam simply stared. The scene looked almost unreal. Rain tapped against the windows. Thunder echoed outside. And Ryder looked up at him with a small smile. There you are. Liam swallowed. Something about the moment felt important. Like life had quietly brought them to a crossroads. He sat down on the opposite end of the couch. Neither spoke immediately. The silence wasn't uncomfortable, just heavy, filled with things neither of them had said. Eventually Ryder broke it. You were gone a long time. Yeah. I was worried. Liam looked down. You didn't need to be. That's not true. The answer came instantly, without hesitation, without doubt. Liam slowly looked up. Ryder was already watching him. And for the first time, there was no joking in his expression. No teasing. No playful grin. Just honesty. Raw and unguarded. Of course I was worried, Ryder said quietly. You matter to me. The words hit harder than Liam expected. Outside, thunder rolled across the sky. Inside, neither moved. Neither looked away. Felt like standing on the edge of something enormous. Something neither of them could avoid anymore. Finally Ryder exhaled. I need to tell you something. Liam's heart immediately accelerated. What? Ryder rubbed the back of his neck. A nervous habit Liam knew well. I wasn't joking that morning. The room seemed to freeze. Liam stared at him. What? The shower comment. Ryder laughed softly. I wasn't joking. For a moment Liam genuinely couldn't process the words. Ryder smiled nervously. I mean, I was joking a little. A little? A very little. Despite everything, Liam laughed. The sound eased some of the tension. Only some. Because Ryder wasn't finished. When you asked if it was information or an invitation, his voice softened. I wanted to know what you'd say. Liam's pulse thundered in his ears. Why? Ryder looked down, then back up. Because apparently he had finally decided to stop hiding too. Because I've liked you for a long time. Silence. Absolute silence. Even the rain seemed distant. Liam could barely breathe. Ryder continued. I kept trying to ignore it. A small laugh escaped him. Didn't work. Liam felt his chest tighten. Every dream, every hope, every impossible fantasy. Suddenly none of them seemed impossible anymore. Ryder's eyes never left his. Then a few weeks ago I realized something. What? I don't want to spend the rest of my life wondering. The words settled between them. Simple, honest, powerful. Liam had imagined this moment hundreds of times, maybe thousands, yet nothing could have prepared him for hearing it in real life. Ryder took a slow breath. So now it's my turn to ask a question. Liam already knew what was coming. The look in Ryder's eyes gave it away. Why were you jealous? There it was. The question. The truth. The moment everything depended on. Liam looked toward the rain-covered window, then back at Ryder. And finally, after 2 years, he stopped hiding. Because I thought you liked someone else. Ryder didn't interrupt. Didn't speak. Didn't look away. Liam continued. Every time your phone buzzed, I hated it. A nervous laugh escaped him. Which sounds ridiculous now. No, it doesn't. Liam smiled weakly. Maybe a little. Then he gathered every ounce of courage he had left. The next words felt impossible. Yet they came anyway. I was jealous because I'm in love with you. The confession hung in the air. Neither moved. Neither spoke. For one terrifying second Liam wondered if he'd made a mistake. Then Ryder smiled. Not the playful smile. Not the teasing smile. The real one. The smile Liam had fallen in love with. And suddenly Ryder looked happier than Liam had ever seen him. You have no idea how long I've wanted to hear that. Liam laughed. Relief crashed through him so powerfully it almost hurt. You too. You too. The answer was immediate. Certain. Real. Neither of them could stop smiling. For the first time, there were no secrets. No misunderstandings. No walls. Only truth. Only them. Slowly, Ryder moved closer. Not rushed. Not dramatic. Just enough to give Liam a choice. The choice he'd been hoping for since the day they met. Liam closed the distance. Their foreheads touched first. Quiet moment. A shared breath. A shared smile. Then they kissed. It wasn't passionate. It wasn't reckless. It was something much better. It was meaningful. The kind of kiss that carried months of hope. Years of friendship. And feelings neither of them had known how to express. When they finally pulled back, both were smiling. Outside, the storm continued. Inside, everything felt calm. For the first time in a very long time, Liam wasn't wondering what Ryder felt. He knew. And somehow that changed everything. Ryder squeezed his hand gently. There's something else I should probably tell you. Liam laughed. Please don't tell me you've been hiding another giant secret. Ryder grinned. Oh, I've definitely been hiding one. Liam raised an eyebrow. What now? The smile on Ryder's face grew wider. A surprise. What kind of surprise? If I tell you, it won't be a surprise. Liam shook his head. Even now, Ryder was impossible. But this time, for the first time, he was impossible in a way that felt perfect. Neither of them realized it yet, but the biggest surprise of all was waiting for them the very next day. Liam woke up the next morning convinced the previous night had been a dream. For a few seconds, he lay in bed staring at the ceiling. The storm was gone. Sunlight streamed through the window. Everything felt peaceful. Then reality returned. The confession. The conversation. The kiss. Ryder. A smile immediately appeared on his face. For the first time in 2 years, he didn't have to hide how he felt. For the first time, hope wasn't dangerous. It was real. A loud knock interrupted his thoughts. Then Ryder's voice echoed from outside the bedroom door. Get up. Liam laughed. Why? Because we have somewhere to be. What are you talking about? Just trust me. That answer told Liam absolutely nothing. 10 minutes later, they were heading toward Ryder's car. The entire drive felt suspicious. Every time Liam asked where they were going, Ryder refused to answer. Every time he asked another question, Ryder simply smiled. And somehow that smile made Liam even more curious. Finally, the car pulled into a parking lot overlooking the coast. Liam looked around. A large beachside event center stood nearby. Before he could ask another question, Ryder parked the car. Ready? No. Perfect. Ryder grabbed his hand. Naturally. Comfortably. As if it belonged there. Liam's heart still reacted every time. The feeling never seemed to get old. Together they walked toward the building. As soon as Ryder opened the door, Liam stopped moving. Completely. The room exploded with cheers. Surprise! Dozens of people filled the event space. Friends, co-workers, neighbors, even family members. Everyone was smiling. Everyone was looking at him. Liam stared in shock. What is this? Ryder laughed. A surprise. Emily appeared from across the room. So now you finally know why I've been texting him non-stop. Everything suddenly made sense. The secret messages, the phone calls, the mysterious smiles, the hidden plans. All of it. Liam shook his head. I can't believe this. Emily hugged him. Oh, trust me. It gets worse. Worse. She pointed toward Ryder. He's been stressing about this for weeks. I have not. You absolutely have. The entire room laughed. Including Liam. Especially Liam. Because for the first time, the mystery that had caused so much anxiety felt funny. Hours passed quickly. Food, music, stories, laughter. The room felt filled with warmth. At one point, Liam found himself standing near the balcony overlooking the ocean. The view stretched endlessly beneath the afternoon sun. A familiar voice appeared beside him. Having fun. Liam turned. Ryder. Of course. Always Ryder. I can't believe you planned all this. Ryder shrugged. I wanted to do something special. You definitely succeeded. For a moment, they simply stood together watching the waves. Then Liam smiled. You know, a week ago I thought you were secretly dating someone. Ryder burst out laughing. I know. I'm serious. I know. You really had me convinced. Good. Liam stared at him. Good. Ryder grinned. I was trying to distract myself. From what? Ryder's expression softened. From telling you how I felt. The answer hit Liam straight in the heart. Even now. Even after everything. Hearing those words still mattered. Maybe they always would. Later that evening, after the party ended, the two of them walked down to the beach. The same beach where Liam had once watched another couple and imagined a future he never believed could happen. The sky glowed with shades of orange and gold. The sunset painted the ocean with light. A gentle breeze rolled across the shore. And for the first time, Liam wasn't standing there alone with impossible dreams. Ryder was beside him, exactly where he wanted to be. They walked quietly along the water's edge. Their hands brushed, then intertwined naturally. No hesitation, no fear, just certainty. Eventually they reached the spot where Liam had sat weeks earlier. The memory immediately returned. The couple. The jealousy. The loneliness. How different everything felt now. Ryder noticed his smile. What? Nothing. That's a lie. Liam laughed. Maybe. Ryder nudged his shoulder. Tell me. Liam looked toward the horizon. Then back at him. I was standing here a few weeks ago. Yeah. I saw a couple sitting together. Ryder listened carefully. I remember wishing that could be us. For a moment Ryder didn't speak. His eyes softened. Then he squeezed Liam's hand. I wish you would have told me. Liam smiled. I didn't think I had a chance. You always had a chance. The answer came instantly, without hesitation, without doubt. Liam looked away, smiling, because hearing those words still felt unreal. The sun continued sinking lower. The world around them seemed quieter, calmer, as if the ocean itself understood the importance of the moment. Finally, Ryder stopped walking. Liam turned toward him. What? Ryder smiled. That smile. The same smile that had started everything. The same smile Liam had fallen in love with long before he realized it. For a second, neither spoke. Then Ryder asked softly, "Can I tell you something?" "Always." Ryder took a breath. "The funny thing is," he laughed quietly, "for the longest time, home wasn't this apartment." Liam felt his heart skip. Then what was home? Ryder stepped closer, his eyes never leaving Liam's. "You." The world seemed to disappear. The ocean, the beach, the sunset, everything faded, leaving only that single word. "You." Liam smiled, a real smile, the kind that reached all the way into his heart. Then he wrapped his arms around Ryder, and Ryder immediately hugged him back. No walls, no secrets, no misunderstandings, only trust, only friendship, only love. The strongest relationships weren't built in a single moment. They were built through years of loyalty, laughter, patience, and showing up for each other every day. That was what made this different. Ryder wasn't just the man Liam loved. He was his best friend, his safest place, his favorite person. And now, finally, he was something more. Not just a roommate, not just a friend, not just a dream, a future. Together they stood, watching the final rays of sunlight disappear beyond the horizon. A new chapter was beginning, and for the first time, neither of them was afraid of what came next. Because whatever happened in the future, they would face it together, side by side, exactly where they belonged. If you loved Ryder and Liam's story, type Red Heart Ryder and Liam Red Heart in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on notifications because another unforgettable gay romance story is coming soon, and you won't want to miss it.